Hello and welcome to our Monday afternoon live broadcast and recording. Today we are going to be talking about fasting and protein consumption, and I'm going to be sharing with you my recent experience with changing up the protein source that I was adding into my own feasting window. So welcome. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years I've been helping women find nutrition plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And we are doing that here in this community through the practice of intermittent fasting and living a keto-like lifestyle. And a lot of what we do here is very much based off just experimentation and learning to listen to the signs and signals that our body is sending to us. And that's exactly what I do when I am experimenting with what I'm doing in my fasting window and what I'm doing in my feasting window. And then I always like to come back around with you guys and share what it is that I am doing. So I think that there is a lot to be said about scientific data and research that's being done and test groups that are being studied. But when push comes to shove, all that really matters is what works for you as the individual woman. So I know there is a lot of information out there about how you should be feasting your body and how much protein you should be consuming based on your gender and your age and your activity level. And I think for some instances, all of that data can be very beneficial, and it might actually help you get to your next stage or goal or whatever it is that you're looking for. And so that's why I always like to experiment. I make it very clear that I do not immediately break my fast when I'm done working out with protein. It is something that I just don't worry about. I have seen some really good results with working out in a fasted state and then prolonging my fast into the time that I normally just break my fast, or I listen to the signs and signals my body is sending me. And I haven't noticed any decline in any kind of lean muscle mass or anything that I'm trying to achieve with the aesthetics of my body. With that being said, I have also experimented recently with going completely, I would say not completely vegan, but I've eliminated animal protein. I put in a little bit of cheese here and there, but other than that, every other animal protein has been removed from my diet. I did that for, I think I did it for almost 60 days, and I felt absolutely fantastic. My fasting was easy. My feasting was super easy. I felt really fantastic during my workouts. I loved the way my physique was. Everything about what I was doing was exactly what I was hoping for with my fasting and my feasting. And then we experimented as a family and started adding in more animal protein. So I did that for about 30 days. At the very beginning, I didn't notice much of a change whatsoever. Maybe initially a little boost of energy. That could have just been from maybe some added iron I had in my diet because we were doing some red meat, which we usually don't do at all. We were doing some chicken and some turkey and some salmon. So that's we're usually a chicken, turkey, salmon family if we do any kind of animal protein. And then we were adding in some red meat. Now, with that being said, we add in really good quality red meat as well. We typically get our meat from Butcher Box. So we felt pretty comfortable adding it in and adding this in as an experimentation more specifically. What I personally found within probably 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks of switching back into animal protein was that my body was retaining weight. It was also feeling like it was retaining water. I started to feel really sluggish. I felt full, like up to here all the time. So I never felt like I was digesting what it was I was eating. Never felt like I was in that state of hungry, which I absolutely love feeling when I'm in my fasted window. I just felt full all the time. My workouts were really sluggish as well. I didn't feel like I could get into that deep athletic type of feeling that I usually get when I'm in a workout state. So I didn't feel like I was fat adaptive when I was working out as well. And then, like I said, my body just felt big, for lack of a better word. When I was on just a vegan type of lifestyle, my body felt very lean. It felt very toned. I felt very in control of everything that I was doing. And then when I went back into the experimentation mode with some animal protein, I did feel just like I was big and I was full all the time. So with that being said, what I really like to encourage women to do in this community is play around with what you're doing in your fasting, in your feasting window. I by no means am going to be carrying around the vegan torch and say that I am, a vegan and I'm no longer going to ever eat animal protein again. But what I found through a 30-day or 60-day trial, actually is what I think I did, of being more plant-based versus a 30-day trial of being more animal protein based, that I personally as a body function better and feel better when I am feasting on more whole food, plant-based type of things. I also noticed that within just a week of eliminating animal protein, my body went right back down to that slim feeling. And my workouts have been off the charts amazing. I've been sleeping fantastic. I think I'm going through a little bit of a detox. If you follow my Instagram stories, you know I have like a nice little friend hanging out on my face right here. I haven't had any kind of hormonal acne or any kind of acne or anything going on in my face. I can't even remember the last time I've had something like that happen. And this thing came in like a fury. I think I felt it coming like from way back here. And it literally took like a week to pop up. And then it popped up and it's this huge red bump on my forehead. And like I said, I don't have blemishes like that ever. And I do attribute it to my body being in a detox mode from whatever it was that I was consuming that it wasn't happy with. And it showed up in so many different ways. It showed up in bloating, it showed up in fullness, it showed up in me losing my energized sense of calm. It showed up in me feeling my body just felt big and thick, which is a feeling I personally don't like. And then this bad boy popped up as soon as I started detoxing. So in conclusion, if you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling like you're not reaching that energized sense of calm, if you're not getting the results that you were hoping for, and you are fasting long and clean, I always recommend looking into what you're doing in your feasting window. The saying that we hear a lot in this community, not this particular community, I guess in the realm of intermittent fasting in general, is that if you fast, you can eat whatever you want. And I know for us, especially us women and us women who are going through some hormonal changes and some difficulties with some things going on in our body, that just is not true. You can either want a healthy, happy, energized, lean body, or you can eat whatever you want. And that is just the cold stone truth. So you have to figure out what it is that you're doing in your feasting window that can allow you to live your life most authentically, hoping that part of the definition of authentic to you means that you feel and look good in your own skin. And that food is just that thing that we add in to sustain what it is that we want to have as far as our quality of life. So I enjoyed the time that we were eating filet mignon and we were eating some other ground beef burgers and the things that we were doing. Like I said, it was all top quality grass-fed, grass-finished beef, but my body just cannot handle it digestively. It could have very well have been just because I went vegan for a couple months beforehand. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is that my life is so much simpler when I live a more vegan or whole food plant-based approach than it does when I am adding in and complicating things by adding in a bunch of animal protein. So give yourself some flexibility, give yourself a little time to experiment with some things. You don't have to necessarily overhaul your entire life, or like I said, walk around with a banner or a flag waving that you're gonna live your life in some sort of standard or title that has been applied to a certain way of eating or a certain way of living. You can just quietly make the choice to eliminate some foods from your life if eliminating those foods help you look and feel your best. Now, in both instances, so when I was consuming just a whole food, plant-based type of approach, I did not count macros at all. I didn't count calories. I didn't portion control. I just feasted when my feasting window was open. And the same holds true when I did the month of adding in animal protein. I did not count macros. I did not count calories, and I did not portion control anything. I just feasted into my feasting window. I just happen to feel better when I'm in a more vegan type of approach. And in hindsight, if you go back and think about your life and how you've lived your life around food, I went back and thought, okay, when have I looked and felt my best? And it's always when I am more conscious about the vegetables that I'm putting in my body, and I'm eliminating all of the extra things that aren't really necessary to sustain what it is that I want to have in my authentic life. So I have been known to eat the vegetarian pizza with no cheese. I have been known to order the salad with no meat, protein on it, and that is just what works best for me. So think back to how you were consuming your food during your feast, however you feasted in the past, and what was it that you were doing that helped you look and feel your best, and why wouldn't you go back to those things? If they worked then, they might work now for you as well. So I am back to no animal protein. I think that's just going to be the way I am, probably 90% of the time, and it works for me. The other beautiful thing about keeping your life really simple around food and sticking to things that are like whole plant-based type of approaches to your feasting is it's really, really inexpensive. To have a bowl of fresh vegetables for dinner versus a piece of steak for dinner, like the cost ratio of that is just so much more simplified when you're sticking to whole plant-based foods. So if you really want to up your game in the quality of foods that you're consuming, the more you steer toward plant-based types of things, the more money you will have to actually go out and buy organic type of fruits and vegetables. Fruits minimally, vegetables are the thing you want to really lean on, and really up even your water game. If cost is a factor to getting really good water in your system, consider what you're feasting on, and can you switch out some really expensive things for some things that are less expensive and might actually be a little bit more nutrient dense for you. So I am back to my regular 4 hours of feasting, 4 to 5 hours of feasting. I'm back to consuming, I never stopped, but this is what I really emphasize is I break my fast the same way every day with a vegan meal replacement shake, and then I have usually one meal with my family, and I'm going straight vegan type approach with some subtle nuances of some manchego cheese, which you know I love, here and there just for some variety and some flavor. But other than that, I'm going to go back to what makes me look and feel my best, and I encourage you to do some experimenting as well. And then when you're experimenting, you want to make sure you go into it with this mindset. Remember, our mindset is always going to determine how we get into something and how we get out of something. So my mindset going into this month-long meat thing was, I'm going to see how I look and feel while I'm trying this, and then I will adjust as necessary. How I come out of that situation is the same mindset I went into it. Is that was a really fun time. We had some nice steaks on the barbecue, and it was really nice to kind of add in some new stuff, but it didn't work for me. So I'm just going to exit my way out of it, and I'm going to resume what I know how to do to make me look and feel my best, and I'm going to let my body adjust at its own time frame. So I didn't panic. I didn't do any crazy things. I didn't, look for a quick fix elixir. I just went back to my normal 20 hours of fasting, my 4 hours of feasting. I just kept it very clean, vegan, and I went right back into my exercising. And before you know it, a couple days, my body normalized. This little thing popped up, which I consider a good sign. It means it's getting everything out of my system, and I'm going to resume life as normal. So never be afraid and never panic. It's always a great learning experience. Journal it out so you'll know, like, next time you do something and you don't feel really good, when was the last time you did it, and are there some things that you can compare that might not be working out for you? So I know protein is a big thing for a lot of us because we get so worried about what's out there as far as information, and I honestly could care less what studies say. I know it works for me. I don't add in protein post-workout. I'm doing fine as far as how my physique is working out. I'm not getting injured in any sort of way. And I also know that I do not need to live on animal protein, that my body does really well on just consuming raw plant-based foods for the most part. So do your own experimentation. Don't rely on someone else to tell you how you need to feast your body. Figure it out for yourself, and then go with the plan that works best for you. So I want to welcome all of our May students who are in their first few days of our course. You guys are doing fantastic. We were in the community today answering questions and comments. I posted a check-in video for you today, so make sure you go into your group and check that check-in video that I left for you guys, and then know that this is your time to really implement a lifestyle that you're going to be able to practice forever and ever and ever. So take your time, don't rush, and really pay attention to what your body's trying to tell you. Okay, so I'm going to go on Facebook really quick because there's a lot of comments on YouTube. I'll get Facebook quick and then I'll run into the YouTube comments as well. Diane is here, Amy's here. Good to have you guys both with us. Jacqueline is here from Missouri, looks like. Julie is here from Wisconsin. Yolanda is here from Belgium. Welcome, girlfriend. Sybil's here from New Jersey. Michelle was October 2018 grad. Trace is here. Cindy's here. Amy, at the beginning of the year, I knew I needed to make a change in my diet. Animal protein is what I decided to cut. I cut it out for 30 days and never felt better. I've now decided to just have animal protein every so often. Before the end of the year, I was feeling nauseous and had to run to the bathroom as soon as I was done eating my food that contained animal protein. I just tried the experiment, not eating the meat, and it worked out for my body. Yeah, for sure. I always say it's worth experimenting, and I always say give yourself a good, like for something as big as cutting out animal protein, I say give yourself a good 30 days and see how your body's adjusting. Because like I said, in the beginning of my experiment, I felt great. And then as it kept building, as we kept kind of going on with that same routine, the longer I was in it, the worse I felt. So it was sort of like my body was kind of backing up. So give yourself a good 30 days and then reevaluate and then see how you felt before and how you're feeling now and maybe some changes you need to make. And and I'm a big fan of using little triggers as well. So when I was cutting out fruit in the beginning, I limited fruit to Tuesdays and Thursdays were the only days that I had fruit, and I had one serving. And then before I knew it, I was like, fine, I didn't even miss fruit. So that could be a way to really ease out of something as well, is just pick days that you're going to have animal protein if you want. Maybe it's Friday, or maybe it's Saturday, maybe it's when you go out to eat. And then really try to play with it those ways so that you can kind of build into creating a new lifestyle for yourself. Okay, I'm gonna have to plug in my phone over here, so hold on just a second so I don't lose all my peeps on YouTube. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Who else we got over here? And then Sheila, good to have you with us as well. Okay, let me run over here to YouTube really quick. Lots of comments. Let me get these answered really quickly. Tara, hello. Susan from Austin's here. Good to see you, girlfriend. Yvonne, Hayes mom. Margaret's here. Karen, living our someday today. I absolutely love that YouTube name. She's in our May course. Robin, good afternoon from Virginia. Athena, hello. Janine, Grand Junction, Colorado. Linda, hello. And Jeanette, anyone on the fence, sign up. I'm down 8 pounds from the April 2019 course. I finally did something for me, actually 19 hours and 40 minutes into a 20-hour fast. Girlfriend, good. Well, we'll keep you busy for the next 20 minutes to get you to that full 20 for sure. Linda from April 2019 class, I'm down in pounds. I also was the one that had a hard time giving in, but I did trust. Still looking easy to go, but very happy. I did trust. Still looking easy to go, but very happy. Okay, cool. Well, you lost some weight and you were resistant at first. So as soon as you give in and go all in, that's when the change happened. So thanks for sticking with it till you figured out you had to go all in for sure. Noel fam from Florida, first time checking you live, but I listen to you all the time. 20 hours clean fast so far today. Planning to break my fast at the 21st hour mark. Feeling great. Fantastic. That's the best. Marilyn, current class, feeling great. Breaking my fast after this video, 20 hours in. Yeah. So, we in our house, we use like landmarks, so to speak, as means to break our fast. So when we get done with our live broadcast here, we go break our fast as well right before we go pick our daughter up from school. So that's a good way to kind of sidetrack your mind into a thing as opposed to the hours of time that you're fasted. So pick a time like driving home from work or doing something to go get the kids and pick that as your focal point, and then you don't have to count the hours down, and it's a really easy way to get into it. Laura, in the May class, do you think blood type has anything affect positive or negative between animal protein and plant-based? Yeah, for sure. I think that there are just certain people who digest things differently. I know plenty of people who thrive in an animal protein type of environment. And I say, hey, more power to you. And I just don't happen to be that person. And it's funny when I think back on my life and my childhood, and even when I was a young adult, I was never big on animal protein. I just always went for fresh food. And even like I said, anytime I would order pizza out with friends, it was always a vegetarian pizza with I would be like almost no cheese on it kind of thing. And who knows, I didn't know then why I was doing that, but it was just an intuition thing. So I would say go with your gut too. And if it works for you, then just let it work for you and don't question it for sure. But blood type I think is a big deal. And I know there's a whole book on that. Lillian, breaking a 17-hour fast soon in the May course. Thank you for the birthday wishes, belated. At Jay Mitty, I have learned so much already from you on in your course on day 2. Oh, girlfriend, we're on day 2. We have 19 more days to go. Just wait. It's full of all kinds of amazing information. Beth, fasting is making me feel so much better. Good for you. Robin, can you share some of the plant-based food items you consume? If it's a vegetable, we consume it. I would say that's the biggest thing. I'm all about simplicity. And if you guys have been in my course, you guys know I have a whole section of recipes that you can go in and reference. I have like 4 or 5 core vegetables that I always have in the refrigerator, and I just circle them around. One of those I know technically is a fruit, but I consider it a vegetable, is an avocado. So avocado, if I have avocado, cucumber, purple onion, and a little avocado oil and some seasoning, I've got a salad. I could eat that every single day of the week. So you just have to find your staples and then just keep going back to them just to keep life simple. Jenny, what do you use for your vegan shake? Jenny, email me at dyannparhamfitness@gmail.com and I'll share that with you, or you can go to fortoday'sagingwoman.com on my blog. I also have it there. Elizabeth, in the May course, I'm learning so much, just 2 days in. This will keep me accountable and done the 16-hour fast, feeling good. Awesome. Margaret, checking in, May course. Mary, hello. Jenny, thrilled to be in your May class, learning so much. Fantastic. Jennifer's from Michigan. Francie from British Columbia. Pam, 22, love your haircut. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Wendy, checking in, May class. Margaret, when will you do another session? We start our next session on June the 8th. Registration is open. So as soon as we close out the May course, we open registration for the June course. So you don't forget to get yourself signed up. We had some panicky... There's a link in the comment section too. We had some very panicky people on May the 4th. Registration closed on May the 3rd. We hard closed that. And I always say we hard close it because I am obnoxious about when we open and when we close and when we start. So if you don't make it by the cutoff date, you just have to get yourself signed up for the next month and just hang out with us here, and you'll learn some tips and tricks along the way. And by the time you get in the course, you'll be all set and ready to go. So June 8th is our next course. Registration link is in the comment section. Diane, May class, so excited. Actually did a 20-hour fast yesterday. Good for you, girlfriend. You're gonna have lots of time and consistency under your belt. Sandra, hello. Huge something. Robert from Scotland discovered the benefits of eating protein, no weight problems after 50 years. Awesome for you, for sure. Margaret, gluten is what makes me feel full. I can literally see my stomach insides growing. When will I learn? Love homemade bread. Make homemade gluten-free bread. So you got to just go to the right resources to get the good recipes so you can make gluten-free bread, and then you won't have to watch your stomach insides grow. Margaret, Echo, learning so much, and day 2. Yeah, for sure. You guys in the May course, just check in every single day to your lessons. They build on each other, and you're going to start to have these amazing aha moments, and it comes really quickly, but it moves really slow, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but it's going to happen. The changes are going to happen quickly, and the information comes slow so that you have time to digest it and implement it. So you guys are doing great for sure.
Tell Linda Evans, I think she was one of our winners from last week, and check her messages.
Oh yeah, I got an email from her today.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Okay, so all the people who won a free course last month, you should be in. If we said you want a free course and you don't have access to your course, just email us. We'll get you in as soon as possible. For all the other winners who are already registered in the course or taken the course in the past, we will get to you in a day or two. We're just waiting for everyone to respond to us via email so we can handle you guys all in one event as opposed to doing each one of you individually. So you'll hear from us in the next couple of days. My masterclass members, we will be having a lesson tomorrow at noon. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we are going to be talking about mental health and how intermittent fasting and living a keto-like lifestyle can help us with maybe some mental health issues that we've had in the past, or maybe we're currently dealing with, or maybe someone that we know or love might be dealing with some mental health issues, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that and some information that you can go do some research on for yourself. Then on Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going live on Instagram to talk about the difference between spot training and spot reducing and how we can utilize spot training to help us achieve our goals. And then on Thursday night, so it's a busy week, at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will be going inside my goal setting group, and we're going to talk about goal setting, where we are so far in this month, and how we can plan to end up this year or maybe even the next quarter blowing our goals out of the water. If you're in any one of those specific groups, I will make sure to get an email out to you so you will know. If you're not in our masterclass and you would like to join, I just posted something in our graduates group on Facebook. You can join. We're only doing month to month now. We're not doing membership anymore because I know a lot of you didn't like that. So we changed that up a little bit. And then I will be also emailing my graduates as well to let you know that we have something new coming up in the masterclass. You can just join for the month if you want. So lots of great stuff going on in our community. I hope this helped answer some of the questions you might have about protein and fasting and how much you need and what kind you should get. It really is dependent on the individual woman, how your body digests certain kinds of proteins. But I can tell you that I and so many other graduates of our course are living proof that you can be a vegan and you can intermittent fast and you can still eat keto-like and you can reach all the goals that you're hoping for and have great success with this type of lifestyle for sure. Joy, thanks for the info. Can I have bread? Girlfriend, you can have whatever you want. If bread is going to help you get to your goals, I say eat it up. If bread is that thing that's keeping you from your goals, you might have to reconsider consuming bread. And then Sandra, you mentioned you buy at Costco. Do you use the Kirkland water from them? No, we buy our San Pellegrino from Costco. That's what we get from there. And then I read the ingredients and it has minerals. Yeah, we get the, if the Kirkland brand works for you, I say definitely use it as long as it has its minerals in it. I trust the Kirkland brand. So, it's all a comfort level and what you can justify putting in your own lifestyle is how we justify getting our water for sure. And then Saf, I think it is, Foster, in the May class. Excited to be there. Awesome. Yay, the goal setting group and masterclass group. Yeah, we're going to be busy this month, Amy, for sure. So you guys get a lot of me this week. Okay, and then anyone else, if you have any problems signing into your May course, you're having password problems, please just email us. We do check our emails very frequently throughout the day. So if you email us and it takes you 20 minutes to get back to you, it just happens to be the window. We're not checking our email, but we will get back to you. Our goal is to make sure that everyone feels loved and cared for and that they made a wise investment in themselves when they invest in us and what we are providing for this community here. So we see you and we'll get you fixed as soon as we can. And then if anyone else needs anything from me, you know that you can email me at dyannparhamfitness@gmail.com. Just make sure that the questions that you bring to me are questions that I can answer via email, and I will do my best to help you out. And like I said, if you want to join us for June, registration is open. We would absolutely love to have you. Stay tuned to the lives over this next week, you guys. We're going to have some amazing things to share with you from our May students. They're already in day 2 of the course, and they're already super excited, learning lots of information, and are feeling fantastic, I know, and it's just going to get better as the week progresses. So I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Monday, and I will see you guys back here live on YouTube and Facebook at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time Wednesday. And then if you're inside some of my other groups, I will see you throughout the week. Look in your inbox. I'll be sending some emails out shortly. Have a good night.